The bright light revealed a massive army consisting of countless giants surrounding the wall from everywhere, led by their huge animals after they emerged from the depths of the red sand.
Pandarosh presents
The story collection, The Greys, for the writer Dr. Mounir, The Red Sand. All the inhabitants of the colony thought that this was the last war they had fought in more than 10 years in abandoned Earth time. The colony called Noah's Ark was the only remaining human population on the surface of this distant planet, X-73, which humans arrived a long time ago to escape from a dying planet after its water was completely poisoned by gases emanating from the interior of the Earth at the bottom of the oceans, which completely destroyed the aquatic life. While the ancient Earth ended up turning into something resembling a global greenhouse after the rise in temperature resulting from industrial carbon emissions, which turned it into a large, unbearable oven. It seems that war has once again reared its head with its ugliness and the destroying smell of death. These guards sensed this in the area surrounding the huge colony, which is surrounded by a thick, high-rise steel fence whose roots go a long way deep into the planet's soil, and which has a huge iron gate which is closed for most of the planetary day except when they go out to the Red Desert with its distinctive soil to search for the few water lakes which appear on the surface of planet X as blue spots on a dark red dress after the water with its high pressure penetrates the layers of the planet's surface searching for freedom. Although the guards were children when the last war occurred, but they know for sure from their families that these primitive alien creatures always begin their attack on human colonies by emitting sounds as they dig underground in the vicinity of the colonies using the capabilities of their huge animals that resemble ancient extinct elephants, which once lived on Earth and which have a superior ability to swallow huge amounts of red sand and turn them into giant circular beads in the form of excretion from its digestive system. The old man, Adam, was among those humans who felt extremely worried about these soul-suffocating sounds. He immediately recalled the events of the last battle that took place between them and these alien creatures, the original inhabitants of this planet, whom the new colonists called desert giants. And who had strong bodies, red skin, an erect stature with 4 arms and 2 long legs, each of which carried a wide foot with long, sharp nailed toes, enabling them to climb any surface easily. The battle began at that time, after a long period of peace between the new visitors and the original inhabitants, after they had agreed with their ruler, El Sanuri, the leader, as he was the strongest and largest among them. The two parties swore to live in peace after they pledged to share the limited amount of water on the dry surface of planet X. After a short period of time, water was no longer sufficient for humans, as they were rapidly increasing in number. and they do not tolerate the lack of water like the giants do. Solomon, the leader of the humans, decided that there was no alternative but to take an extra share of water then. As a result, the ominous attack of their militants began with their deadly laser, weapon that remained with them since their escape in the Sun spacecraft to this harsh planet. All of this crossed Adam's mind as he heard the sound of the intestinal contractions of the distinctive sand animals as they were swallowing the sand in the interior of the red planet. The colony inhabitants gathered. The voices of women and children became louder and louder, mixing with feelings of fear of what would happen, especially with the decrease in their numbers due to food shortages and the recurring diseases that afflicted them, making them fall one after the other like dry autumn leaves. The day on this planet is coming to an end, but the gathering of people inside the wall did not. Scatter and terror filled their hearts. The veteran leader Solomon tried to pretend to be calm. He called out loudly to the residents to reassure them with his enthusiastic words.
Do not be afraid. We will win. They will not be able to invade our colony that we built with our blood and the blood of our brothers. These savages will not defeat us, as the deadly weapons we have will do the job, and we will eliminate them as we did before. This is our new land, and we will never leave it.
Old Adam interrupted Solomon's optimistic speech, saying,
Who will win, Solomon? Our colony has grown old, and those of us who remain cannot carry weapons to defend this sick society. The smell of our hands is contaminated with the blood of the giants of the desert, and we are the ones who broke the promise in the past. And this is the curse of blood.
It became clear to everyone that their leader had no way to respond to the old man's statement. Yet they all realized that there was no escape from the war until the end. Solomon began disturbing laser guns among the inhabitants to get ready for the upcoming invasion. They were arranged at the top of the colony's walls, covering all directions, with the few guards standing behind them. The sound of drilling gradually increases, announcing the approach of the giants and their huge animals to the walls. Solomon ordered electric lights, which store the energy of the bright star which planet X evolves around to illuminate the surrounding red desert. The bright lights revealed a massive army consisting of countless giants surrounding the wall from everywhere, led by their huge animals after they emerged from the depths of the red sand. The sun has risen on this red planet, and the dead bodies from both groups are everywhere, including huge semi-elephants. Fires and rising smoke fills all areas. Now, there are only few giants left, and the inhabitants of the colony are walking in a straight line behind each other, after the necks and hands were tied with metal chains to be enslaved by the new invaders who suddenly appeared in the sky of the red planet immediately before the war between humans and giants took place. They fired successive batches of intensely burning and explosive projectiles from their heavily armed circular black vehicles, which turned both groups into charred corpses in moments. While the bodies of some of them evaporated from the intensity of the burning, This was the beginning of a new phase, and a new colonist stronger than the previous combatants. The rest of them who were still alive were enslaved and had to work hard to extract this high energy metal abundantly present in the soil of this planet, and which was the reason behind the red color of the soft sand.
See you in other writing by Dr. Mounir. Narrator Adham RB. Sound engineering Tamer Yahya. Editing Mariam Hani. Art direction Ali Saeed. International distribution by Sondos Tamer. General supervision Wael Atta. Production manager Rasha Yahya. Directed by Khalid Mahboob. Best regards with Pandarosh.